Over the last 6 episodes, Cedar Cove has grown so much and we're not finished yet. But there is one coaster type that this park doesn't have, a hypercoaster. We're back. It's been a while. I know it's been a while. You've reminded me in the comments. But yes, Cedar Cove is back, and you can see how much we've done so far. There's a lot. Like, I think I kind of forgot it's been that long since I sort of picked up back with this park, that there's a lot in it. There's a lot of coasters. But yeah, I'm really excited to sort of show you the park's next coaster. Last episode's was the Vekoma STC, and now we have this huge space at the back that I did tease that I was hyper excited for. I've moved this, there's a support there, I've moved the station for the Skyride out of the way a little bit and sort of got this area ready from last episode to make space for this huge addition for this episode, and I'm really excited about it. This guest creator has done an insane job, and I can't wait to show you around the area and tell you sort of what their design processes were for the coaster. So yeah, really excited to get into it. Let me introduce you to Exodus. As we walk up to the coaster, I will read out what the creator said about it. The inspiration is obviously from Hyperia, but I studied every other MACK hypercoaster that's out there. Looking like a very similar layout, I had to give it the name Exodus. Took about a year from start to finish, on and off. I think I completely changed the layout about 5 times, redid the supports of the final layout about 3 times, and even changed the station twice. There were times when I loved building the coaster and other times I just wanted to quit. I had created blocks so many times and changed my mind about everything so often. I felt pressure of building something great at the same time as being realistic. The level of talent already in the park made me question everything I was doing, but I had a handful of friends that gave me feedback and belief along the way, and I took this into account, and I'm glad that I stuck with it. I knew I wanted a main plaza where you could view most of the layout, but didn't want a wraparound, so I added the tunnel very early on, as well as adding the queue early on too. I wanted to be able to look up at the coaster as you queued for it, to build anticipation and excitement. I didn't want to add netting or covers to the areas, so a strict rule of no items on ride forced me to build lockers, but felt they had to be just before you boarded, so I took advantage of the space under the station. And that was all they had to say, and if you haven't already guessed from the insane realism of this coaster, it is the one and only Flooded Tombs who has built this. Me and Flooded have collabed on many projects together since all the way back when I used to be on console, and he's always a delight to build with. And this was probably the hardest brief I gave him for what to build. I gave him a completely blank patch of land at the back of the park and just said, I want a big coaster. That was pretty much about it. Obviously he had a lot of freedom in that, but at the same time, like, what do you do? What do you build? So I think Flooded's #1 coaster might be Hyperia. I know he's completely obsessed with it, and it's definitely his #1 at Thorpe Park. Ridden it absolutely loads of times, way more than I have, so I did have a slight thought that he might be building a MACK hypercoaster, and yeah, this is what we ended up with. It is just absolutely fabulous. The hypercoaster starts off with this absolutely huge vertical drop, very similarly styled to Hyperia, but it does actually come out a bit wider, so you get that really low to the ground turn up into that beautiful inversion around the first drop there, and then it dives down into Flooded's take on the roll that Hyperia has, but it actually does it the opposite way around, which is really cool. Dives back down again, goes into another inversion for those beautiful custom supports, and then down off to the back there where it goes through a tunnel, a really big turnaround section. Kind of reminds me of Phantom's Revenge, that actually. Then it does a stall over the entrance sign, and then shoots back up here through a trim break into a really cool like cutback style turnaround, and then up into the brakes. The layout is fantastic. It's really original as well compared to Hyperia. Like, obviously elements like this with all the beautiful custom supporting definitely draw on Hyperia, but the layout itself still does feel incredibly original. It's only taking certain aspects of Hyperia, and if you think about it, it is only really Hyperia and like a couple of other MACK hypercoasters. There's not really a lot of precedent to go off with this, so it's really awesome to see that he's taken a completely unique creative approach to this and just made a really awesome and very unique layout for this insane coaster. And I'm loving the way that it sits at the back of the park as well. It just absolutely owns the skyline right at the back. It looks so cool, and the views you get from on the ride too are absolutely magical. down here you get to view right at the bottom of the first drop as it goes over the water there. I love this little bridge. I really like how Flood is played with levels around this area as well. There's a lot of different heights going on, and this entire area is still accessible for wheelchair users as well, because there is a flat route that goes underneath the coaster, which is arguably the better view. We'll have a look at it from here as well. Oh, it stopped. I need to have a look at the timing for that. Yeah, it just looks insane. I love how soft it's been made as well, with all the foliage everywhere. It just looks fantastic. And there you go, there's that drop flying down. We'll have a look at those custom trains that he's made later on as well. That inversion's amazing. I think that is my favourite part of the ride as well. That inversion there is so cool. And look at the custom supports on the right. Actually no, we'll come back to them. Down here, the stall, now we're gonna have to look, they look so cool. It's a very high period, that turnaround, but yeah, it goes underneath the entrance area in a tunnel, round with a big overbank turn, and then up into that stall over the entrance sign. I really like the name for this as well, Exodus. It just works. Very Hyperia vibes, which if you don't know, Hyperia, while it was under construction, was called Project Exodus before it was actually given the name Hyperia, which I think Exodus is actually a way cooler name. But just, it looks fantastic. I love how you've put your branding everywhere as well. It's so cool, and the sign is amazing. I love that. We'll start to make our way around to the entrance of the ride to have a go on this. You can see this little turn here that's slightly banked outwards like Hyperia's. Just look at the view of that. That's so cool. All the custom supporting structures look absolutely insane. The level of detail you've gone into with these look fantastic. I love them. Obviously the in-game supports can't do anything anywhere near as realistic as this, so it's insane that you've taken the time to custom support such a huge roller coaster, and especially in the level of detail that you have. It just looks awesome. You can tell you've taken a lot of time to really understand how MACK custom support their coasters, because their supports are really weird, because I think they're actually mostly computer generated. And then look at that station building as well. We'll get a better view of it later, but it's so like concrete brutalist, the base of it. I love it. Got the entrance here, 110-minute wait. I'm not surprised. The coaster is insane. We've got a main queue, single rider, and fast pass lane there as well, which is so cool. I think we will go down most of the queue line, because it is quite nice in this queue line. You can see there's a lot of foliage everywhere. All the shrubbery and trees are really softening it all and providing quite a nice bit of shade as well. And I imagine this bit down here would be like the main extended part of the queue, but still provides lovely views. And you've sort of got the main queue here. I like how you've hung like the ropes there as well, so it's sort of like the queue can be extended along. Is it gonna let me through? There we go. Yeah, look at this station, it's so nice. It's like really minimalistic, but at the same time it has so much character to it. And then this was the under part of the station that you mentioned, the maintenance bay off there. You've got some lockers down here, which is really cool. All items must be stored. It is definitely worth it so you don't have to have nets. It looks so nice. Then you come up into this station. Look at the detail on the ceiling. It looks so good. Love all the views out from here as well. Get a nice view of that beautiful custom train. It is quite like Hyperia with the boxiness of the front of it, but it's got so much more character to it, and like the angular parts and the colours, even down to the trims of all the sides of the trains as well. Let's go for a ride, I'm so excited. 2 absolutely breathtaking rides there on Exodus. I'm just blown away by the quality of this coaster. It's absolutely insane. Flooded, you've outdone yourself, but that shouldn't be surprising at this point. Every project that we've worked on together, your input has just been absolutely amazing, and yeah, it's always awesome to work with you, and I can't wait to do it in the future as well, because I'm sure we'll collab on a lot more things together. But yeah, this has been amazing to all watch come together, from all of the progress photos you've sent me, just watching this absolute beast of a coaster take form. And over the past few months, oh, that's an awesome view. Over the past few months, it's been so cool sort of seeing it be then put into Cedar Cove. It's awesome. There's a bit of a backstage area around here as well, which we'll take a look at later on from overhead. But yeah, I love it. This coaster is fantastic. It is the perfect fit for this park, and it just sits so nicely at the back. Just completely looking down on everything, because it is easily, apart from the drop tower, obviously the tallest thing in the park. It's the tallest coaster by a fair amount, and yeah, it just looks awesome. I just really love how all of the coasters have their own personalities in this park as well. They really feel like they've sort of interacted with the landscape in a meaningful way. This has got its tunnels and sits at the back of the park, has interactions with the water, goes up against all the existing trees around the area. It just works, and it looks amazing, and yeah, I'm unbelievably happy with it. You've done a really, really fantastic job, and it also looks awesome at night. And there we go, Cedar Cove episode 7 is finished, and I just want to say again a huge thank you to Flooded Tombs for making not only a really beautiful coaster, but a really iconic coaster as well. Just the way that this is presented at the back of the park, it looks very purposely designed for the spot, and it's because it is. It just looks absolutely amazing. I love every part of it, and yeah, it's a perfect fit for Cedar Cove. Like I said at the start of the video, I didn't really know what I wanted from an addition this large at the back of the park. It was a pretty open brief, but yeah, as usual, Flooded has just absolutely smashed it, and yeah, delivered exactly what I didn't know that I wanted. Yeah, it's just amazing. It works, every part of it flows really nicely, the layout's really fun and original, whilst taking inspiration from a whole host of different sources just to make it look incredible. And yeah, just the way that it sits on the skyline, the colours are really unique, how softened it is by all of the amazing landscaping that you've put around it. I just love it. It just looks really awesome. We'll take a look at a bit more of the detail you've added to the backstage areas, because I know you always nerd out on this sort of stuff. All the little dummies here are adorable. I'm sure this is probably a blueprint that you've made. Most of the things realism-wise are that you have in this project, stuff that you've made yourself, which is awesome. You've got the lift there, this incredibly detailed transfer track, which I just absolutely love. I might have to take some heavy inspiration from this for some of my future transfer tracks, because it just looks awesome. You've got this really nice maintenance shed here as well, which is set nice enough out the way that it's not so in your face as quite a few other maintenance sheds are. I really like those little bollards as well you've placed around the supports to make sure vehicles can't hit them while they're manoeuvring around this area, and it's just really realistic. I love how it ties into the station building as well, being accessed just from down here. The maintenance workers have their own set of access stairs, which is really nice as well, and yeah, it just brings it together so well to make it really realistic. I even love how you've got this little winch system here that's been set up to take the trains off of the maintenance track so they can be taken away for further maintenance and stuff. Yeah, it's just really cool, and seeing it all come together like this has been fantastic to not only watch you make, but just now see it in its proper place in the park. It's just so cool. Next few episodes we'll be sort of doing this area and this area here to make sure that this back part of the park does feel really developing this sort of area under the bottom of the drop tower as well. And then after that, there's only going to be a few more episodes left of this series. I don't know whether I've mentioned, I've mentioned many times before, but my next project is something I've been working on for a long time. Just trying to frame up that perfect view. Oh, I'm under the water. My next project is something I've been, what am I doing? working on for a long time. Yeah, and it's been, I think, probably a good 6 months in the planning at this stage of like coming up with ideas and everything to make this project as interesting as I can make it, and I'm so excited to share that with you when it's gonna start. Obviously I need to finish this series first. Whispering Woods will be finishing very shortly. I'm editing that currently. And then, yeah, that'll be it for Whispering Woods and Cedar Cove, my first two sort of major projects in Planet Coaster 2. Completed them over a year later after the games come out, but yeah, very happy that they will nearly be finished and then we can move on to the next project. But honestly, I am so excited for the future of this game and the future of my channel, and I can't wait to collaborate with loads of awesome creators like Flooded again in the future. Thank you, Flooded, for this awesome coaster, and thank you everyone for watching. I will see you in the next episode.